All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Tuesday night Principal Cairo broadcast from DE and Band of Brothers. My name is Dr. Brian Moriarty, and I'll be your esteemed MC for tonight's exciting call with Dr. George Lubertazzo. But before we get to George, we got some big announcements coming up here, guys. DE is upon us here. We are in August here, so let's see. We got September, October. That's like 2 months away, maybe 2 months and a week away. So it's about time you get registered, get your hotel, start looking for that airfare. Best rates available are probably now in the next couple of weeks. So you've got the October one at the Atlanta Marriott Perimeter Center, October 23rd to the 26th. Then you go to the winter there, January 29th to February 1st, same spot, possible chance of snow there. And then we're down in Clearwater in spring, April 16th to the 19th in combination with the ICA annual meeting. Go to lifede.com, get registered, and join the movement there. Connect groups. If you're not part of a Connect group, just let us know. We got our different teams, blue, yellow, orange, and purple. We'd love to have you be a part of them. This way you can connect between DEs and keep in touch with your fellow people. And you got the Cairo Cup, the GCC big event, October 3rd. It's a Friday. The GCC puts this on at the Marietta City Club. I've been there, I think, to 5 Cairo Cups, and they are a ton of fun. Really a great event. Raises money for a great cause. So go to CairoCup.com if interested to register. You don't just have to live in Georgia. Like I said, I've flown in 5 times for that event, and it's always a great time. So get registered for DE, Cairo Cup, and all those fun things, and we'd love to connect with you. So for tonight's call, we got a veteran here. We'll just say from the great state of New Jersey, my home state. So hopefully a big Yankees fan like myself. But Dr. George Lubertazzo, I believe he told me he's 37 years in practice. So he's been around the block, longtime graduate of Life, and still has a booming practice there in New Jersey. He's the RA for the state of New Jersey for the ICA, longtime ICA member and DE attendee. So, you know what? One of the best things about George is I happen to be his son's chiropractor. What an honor it is to be the speaker, to have the speaker's son as your patient, because he's an awesome young kid and comes every week to get adjusted, and we share great conversation, and it's truly an honor that George would think of me to take care of his boy. But without further ado, from the great state of New Jersey, let's give it up for Dr. George Lubertazzo. Take it away, George. Love and appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate the intro. You're right. I have been coming to DE for quite a while. I guess that's why they asked me to speak. This is a brochure for one of my first DEs. It's from October of 1983. So that was my second quarter in chiropractic school. And I've been went to every DE in school, and I've gone to pretty much all of them ever since. I am who I am because of DE. I guess the other thing is that I don't know if Mindy's on the phone or not, but I tried turning it down. She was asking me to speak at this, and I tried turning her down, but she wouldn't give in. She was like a dog going after a T-bone steak and wanted to make sure I got on this call. So here I am. I guess it's been a very interesting summer. You know, I have a bunch of stuff to talk about it. So before the 4th of July, we were having our office painted, and the painters unplugged the server and fried out the hard drive. I can't really blame the painters. They didn't know any better. And it's a comedy of errors, because I could have turned off the server the night before, but I thought the backup battery would have taken care of that. They shouldn't have unplugged the server either. My son built the server and had 4 hard drives, so it should have been backing up to 3 other hard drives. The problem really comes down to where ChiroTouch came in when they did an upgrade in 23, and they put everything on the same hard drive. They partitioned the hard drive so everything was on it. So we lost everything about every patient. I guess it wiped me out. I totally lost focus in the office, and the practice crashed. I'm not used to that. Even though I have the greatest wife in the world, and she took care of it, and she took care of everything, and worked on getting all the patients to get us insurance cards again and driver's licenses and credit cards. She worked on all of that, getting everything back up to speed. But, she told me I had one job to do, which was take care of patients. But I was distracted. And like I said, we dropped below 4, and that doesn't ever happen. Unfortunately, I guess the way I was raised, numbers were always important. And my self-esteem was tied to the volume. So when I dropped below 400 visits a week, I kind of started doing a lot of stinking thinking and talking negative to myself, and that I'm a failure in practice. And it was just crazy what I was going on in my head. So I realized all I really need to do is start getting refocused, recentered, work on, detecting and correcting subluxations. I put a rubber band on my wrist to make sure that I was, when I had negative thoughts and stuff, to snap it so that maybe it would start getting me to think positive again. I think my wrists were bleeding for 2 weeks. I started writing back in my gratitude journal, working on my gratitude, working on reading the Bible, reading Lasting Purpose, listening to chiropractors, like Rich DiSanto and Sigafus and Reggie Gold, making sure my table talk was good, making sure my focus was back with patients. And the practice started growing again. And, we're back over where we were. And then I was working in the yard and I fell and I hurt my shoulder. I couldn't move my shoulder more than 10 degrees. So that was kind of interesting, doing side posture. You can't lift your arm. But in 37 years, I've never missed a day. I wasn't about to start now. I've adjusted through stitches and broken bones and all kinds of other stuff. Nothing's going to stop me from taking care of people. Somehow God always gives me the ability to serve, the ability to adjust and take care of people. But after it not healing for a while, I decided to go to a rehab chiropractor, which is, I guess I was more like a hate straight, and, I don't usually talk to those type of chiropractors, but I went to a rehab chiropractor to get some sonic wave on my shoulder. And it was a very educational experience. Not so much that I had no idea what physical therapies were, because I don't. But the fact that I guess I look down on the way they practice because it's purely a symptom-oriented practice. In reality, after talking to them, they know nothing else. They've heard of BJ, but they've never heard of a Green Book. They've definitely never heard of Sigafus or DiSanto or Sid Williams or any of the great mentors we have, like Barge or anyone else. So they're only doing what they're taught to do, which is treat symptoms. That's all they know. They don't understand chiropractic like we do. Their patients never last more than their symptom. As soon as their symptoms are gone, their patients are gone. And they have no way of understanding the full benefit of what an adjustment can do. So when we talk and they ask me about my practice, I'm like, yeah, I see well over 150 a day. And, like last week, for example, one day I had a 2-day-old baby, a week-old baby, and a mom that can't get pregnant. So she came in. So in one day, those are interesting cases that we get to see and watch people heal. So my practice is totally different from what they've experienced, and they have no idea. Like, it's like different languages. I understand when I was teaching them that, there's the universal intelligence that runs and controls the universe, a personification of that is innate intelligence, the intelligence that runs the entire body. And my job isn't to treat symptoms, but to make sure that wisdom that runs the body can heal the body to the best of its ability. Usually with a patient on their first visit, I tell them right up front, I'm never going to ask you about how you feel. It's not that I don't love you, but it doesn't give me any useful information. So we don't talk to patients about symptoms. I don't want their identity to be as how they feel. My job is just to love them, serve them, and take care of them, and let their body do what it needs to do. So it shows that my practice is different than theirs. I guess we have more lifetime patients. Every patient that comes in the office, I look at as being a lifetime patient. I expect them to be around for the rest of my career or my life, and vice versa. I watch kids grow up, and it's just fun. You get to tease the girls when they're going on their first date, and they're just part of the family, and that's how it is. And that's why I love being there so much, because I'm hanging out with family all day. I think the problem isn't even so much that, the chiropractors don't know what chiropractic is. It's really the school's fault, and that our schools aren't teaching philosophy to every chiropractor. See, the schools need to be teaching more philosophy, because without the philosophy, everything else is Mickey Mouse, right? If they don't have the philosophy, they don't understand what chiropractic truly is. And that's why they're stuck being symptom relief doctors. I wanted to start a garden. I've been doing gardening this year, and I wish I had a garden, the green thumb like Michael Hedgeling has. He has a really great garden. But so anyway, in my garden, Donna Stewart, I don't know if you know her, gave me a Ziploc bag full of seeds, and it was said tomato seeds. So I planted them, and now the biggest basil plants are coming out. And our brains are kind of like that, right? What we put in the ground is what we expect to get out. What we put in our brain is what we're supposed to get out. So the thing is, you can't hang out with negative people, and you can't be talking negative to yourself and and picking on yourself all the time and expect to have a positive life. It just doesn't work that way. I always told my kids, no matter how strong they think they're always going to be influenced by their friends. That's why I hang out with all of you from DE. You guys are the best chiropractors on the planet. The fact that you're on this phone call at 9:00 every Tuesday night shows how dedicated you are and what kind of great chiropractors you are. Normally I watch them on Wednesday morning. This is past my bedtime. But I am who I am because of DE. I am and New Beginnings and stuff. I am who I am because of the people I hang around with. Sharon Gorman used to say that when you're on fire, people come to watch you burn. Well, I'm on fire for chiropractic. After coming back from DE, I'm vibrating at such a higher frequency that I'm just more attractive to people. People want to come in because I'm on fire talking about chiropractic. And I owe that to all of you guys. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got tonight. I don't know if that's a record time or not, but I guess that's all we got. So anyway, it's time for me to go to bed. Have a great night. I appreciate it.
George, that's a record. Thank you so much, brother.
A record short?
I think I spoke longer than you, but
you probably did.
No, listen, it's not the length of the talk that matters. It's the quality, not quantity. And that was an awesome talk, brother. And I appreciate your honesty about your challenges in practice. People, see a lot of, people at DE and just see the highlight reels, and they got to realize that crap happens. Crap happens to me. It happens to you. And, that must have been a nightmare with the server, but you got through it and you served your way through the server problem. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, I appreciate your message tonight. I think it was very inspiring for our listeners, and we love and appreciate you. So thank you so much for saying yes to Mindy after many, many asks. So,
well, I'll see you at DE.
Sounds good, brother. See you at DE. Everyone have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the Principal Chiro broadcast from DE. Thank you, guys. God bless.
Yeah.